Sir, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, Mr. Leela. How may we help you?
Can I come in and ask a question?
Yes, sir. I have an open door policy. Step right in, boss.
Bob, sir, I have a question. So, like, if let's say a civilian hits us, can we like hit back for like self-defense, or do we just stand there?
No, sir. You have to stand there and stand down. If you continue to get hit or you feel your life is in danger, you can retreat to floor 0 and explain people why you're down there. An officer should come up and help you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Close the door behind you for me, boss man. Appreciate it.
Did it pop up?
No, it did not.
No. That's weird because my chats are set to all and I clicked the send button this time.
Do you have any private chat selected?
No, because if I believe, if this is right, if I had a private chat selected, there would be an X to exit out of that private chat, correct?
Oh, correct. Okay, I want you to do /frag test and then hit send again and see if that sends. It's definitely got to be operator error because mine works. I'm just trying to figure out where you're going wrong at.
Mine did work when I in the lobby and hit me.
What did you say, Mr. Leela?
There's a dude called Abdul Moha or something, and he hit me outside, and I don't have body cam. He's in the lobby right now. Nice one.
Dispatch, could I please get another officer to floor 1? We have somebody hitting somebody in the lobby, and I'm currently doing a small training.
Just to make sure I'm spelling it right, it's FRAG, right?
EG, sir. Oh, well, I think we found the problem. It's EG. FREG.
Okay, EG. Let me try that and see if that was the issue.
Yep. Just do test to make it short. Yep, there it is. Yep. All right.
Wow, how much one letter screwed the whole damn thing up?
Yep. So, hey, that's often how it works, dog. One gear out of place, the whole machine's gonna explode. But let's try it again, and let's try to get your arrest report up again under Frag.
This is Vicar Upper. Who is looking for help on first floor?
Mr. Zulu, you're gonna want to speak with Mr. Leela. He's a cadet at the gates.
Alright, please tell me it popped up that time.
Oh, yes, sir. If it popped up, we all can see it. Everyone in this room should be able to see it, including you.
Yep, I saw it once my keyboard disappeared.
Fantastic. Let's see. Ayo, that's you. Sus, James El Chapo. Good thing they called that guy. Vio 3. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got it. One thing to remember is you always check the jail tab and see if they have prior or pending violations. And if so, you type priors after Vio. You don't have to type out what priors they are. You just have to put priors in all caps locks. So that way people are aware when you submit that screenshot that, hey, he had prior charges on him before I put mine in. That's why you screenshot the charges before you start charging and you screenshot them after you start charging. So that way people will know what you added and what you didn't add. It makes sense? You don't want to muddle the paperwork.
Yep. One question though, because if I'm gonna be honest, there's no way I can input all of this stuff while I'm literally standing in the middle of the lobby with a bunch of people. So is there a way I can pull whoever I'm arresting?
I can answer that one.
Oh, go ahead, Mr. El Chapo.
You can take them down to floor 0 and put them in a PD car whilst you do it.
Correct and incorrect. The PD car is only for people who are resisting arrest. When you're doing an arrest, the normal protocol for people who are obeying you and doing what's right and simply taking it like a man, you take them behind the metal detectors, past the jail area, which you know where the jail area is, and you take them into one of those interview rooms, and that's where you process them at.
Okay, sounds good. And am I allowed to request for an additional unit while I'm preparing the arrest?
Yes, always. Again, we'd rather you do it right. And if somebody sounds like they're rushing you or they're telling you to hurry up or they want you to do something wrong, I'm telling you right now, ask for a supervisor. Do not let people fuck up your career because they don't want to do shit right. Ask for a supervisor and tell them they can leave.
Alright, sounds good. So I am allowed to request for an additional unit regardless whether, whatever, it's a supervisor, a vested, or whatever, while I'm doing the arrest?
9 times out of 10, because you're a badged officer and you cannot, let me be clear, you cannot, that is CANNOT, cannot put felonies on somebody because you do not have a vest. Okay? So 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up having to request someone anyways because somebody bigger than you is going to have to come down there and put that felony on if you get someone with a felony. Except for 1.12s and 1.11s because the state gives those out automatically.
And see, I appreciate that because that was not told either during my training, and it took me 4 or 5 days to find out for sure whether unbadged were allowed on floor 1 or not, because that was not told either.
No, unbadged are not allowed on floor 1 ever. But yes, if Mr. El Chapo punched you or me in the face, he would get an automatic 1.12. If he pulled an AK-47 out in this room and shot both of us, he would automatically get a 1.11. And he would also get banned for multiple days for shooting us in the green zone. But that's a whole different thing.
I appreciate all your help. You're telling me everything and how everything works. One question though, where do I go to get health? Because technically right now I'm sitting at 0 for everything.
You come to an officer like me, and then I hit you with magic pills.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. And see, I mean, no disrespect, especially because I'm almost lowest ranking, but definitely need to do better on the trainings because there's so much that is not told, that is not known, so much stuff that's wrong.
But also, if you want to heal up for yourself, if you click on the map and then next to the currently floor only button, you'll see the little globe symbol. You click on that globe and you look for the green and you look for the green cross symbols. Those are pharmacies. There's one right across the street from PD. You run over to that pharmacy real quick. You load up on yourself some pills, and when you put them on your hot bar. Whenever you're low, you start popping pills. At some point, you'll be able to equip armor from the armory as well.
Alright, sounds good. You know, I am allowed, which I was surprised, but I am allowed to get a vest from the armory downstairs.
Correct. Mr. Morales, close the doors here, please. And secondly, regarding... Hey, Taylor, what's going on?
I'm here. Where you at, partner?
I'm in report room 1.
Report room 1. Is that that's in the lobby, right?
Yep, that's floor 1. When you first walk through the double doors, you're gonna bust the left.
I'll bust all right. See you then.
Now continuing, the one thing you have to be aware is because cadets will do whatever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want. Mr. James El Chapo is a civilian cadet. If he was in those blue ugly ass jumpsuits, he would be what's considered a trainee civilian and a cadet civilian. He is still a civilian. So Mr. El Chapo here cannot pass the metal detectors. He can only stand there and guard them. If he runs back there and you tell him 3 and 4 times, don't run back there, lock his ass up, you're going to jail. Go ahead and give it to him.
Right, and I just want clarification on this as well. I was also told that we have to be very, very mindful on like our words and stuff, so we can't like cuss or anything.
That is
at
very
all.
correct.
Is what I was told. Can you repeat that, sir?
I said that is very correct. You have to hold yourself in a professional standard, especially on floor 1, because these people will do everything to make the bear growl. I mean, they will do everything and they will say everything. You could be having a conversation with, say, Miss Taylor, who's on her way up here now, and you could be talking about how your mother recently passed away and how you were just feeling really bad about it. And these people are so sick that they will take time out of their day to talk shit and be like, oh, I overheard you. And because you're arresting them, they can say horrible things like, oh, fuck your dead mother. She deserved that. I'm glad she's gone. And they will do it until they get a reaction out of you. You cannot react. If you feel you are about to boil, retreat to floor 2 or retreat to floor 0 and talk to somebody.
Can we also go over radio etiquette? You know, because that was covered, period. Was not told. I found out much later that, you know, unbadged were not allowed, or cadets were not allowed to use the radio, and I still have not been told how to properly, as a badged officer, use the radio.
Okay, I'm going to tell you like this. Cadets and trainees all have separate radios. Cadets cannot get on trainee lines. Taylor, where'd you go? I saw you for a second, then you ran away.
I'm sorry, I was talking to
6, 7.
Hell yeah, come on over, dog. Don't worry, you good. I'm the one doing the troubling this time. That's Miss Taylor. She can honestly help with this as well. You can close the door, Taylor. But yeah. Continuing, cadets have a different are not on the same frequency as us. They can't even use our radios. And trainees cannot use our radios either. So if someone is misbehaving on the radio, it's got to be for between an unbadged all the way up to the chief himself.
Okay, so what is the times that a badged officer can use the radio versus they have to put it in the chat when they're talking?
Really, you can use the radio for any sort of official police business. Dispatch need floor 1, need female to floor 1 for search. Dispatch requesting MG to floor 1, supervisor needed, or generally it's just supervisor needed, and then whoever's coming is coming down. Really, general radio news. Dispatch need backup on floor 1, being overwhelmed by suspects. General radio, it's just general radio traffic. Because 9 times out of 10 on floor 1, and Taylor will tell you because she is a boss of floor 1 just like me, you are not going to have time to type that shit in the chat when there is 15 people running around punching and screaming.
And see, I'm glad you're clarifying everything on that, because I've heard somebody, like I said, I'm, new, so I haven't memorized all the names and stuff, but I heard somebody while I was unbadged tell somebody else that they needed to type some of that stuff in the chat.
So, do you have your body cam on?
Again, they were probably talking about the arrest procedure. Because a lot of the...
No, they were talking about, like, what you had said, the requesting 1020 on a certain officer, or requesting supervisor and stuff like that.
And they were likely correct, where if you have the chance and you're somewhere where it's safe and you're not in the middle of a chaotic situation and it helps, then yes, because some people do turn their radios off, especially the supervisors, because they'll be dealing with a lot. So more than likely, typing it in the chat so you can actually be seen will help, yes. But if the lobby is in utter chaos and people are running around doing whatever they want, wherever they want, the dog's pissing on the carpet, Taylor's fucking lost a prosthetic leg because the gang member stole him again, then no, you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna be stopping to use the chat. You can use the chat after the situation has been quelled.
Like I said, I appreciate you clarifying all of this, because my training was literally rushed. Like, my trainings was simple 30 minutes each of them, and wasn't really covered a whole lot and everything, so I appreciate you clarifying everything. And I think you added me on here, so if I have anything, hopefully I can call or message you or something, or get you on the radio.
You can add Taylor as well. She's a really good cop. She'll help you through it as well if I'm around and she's not. I mean, if she's around and I'm not.
Alright, let me go through this keyboard stuff so I can add her.
And before we get too far off track, we are going to continue with the arrest procedure so I can know you got it, because that's the most important thing.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot that's what we originally were doing. Okay, so I did the frag.
Correct. You did the frag, and after the frag, Taylor, what comes after the frag?
After you do the frag, you do the mugshot, the fingerprints, and then you're supposed to take a picture of the frag chat, like the frag, thing in the chat. Take a picture of that with the person in it, and then you go ahead and you throw them in that freaking cell.
Okay. You were right about the picture part, but not throwing them in a cell. You missed a few steps. Go ahead, Mr. Chapo.
She missed out the photo of the ID.
Yep, that's correct. You need a mugshot, a photo of the ID, and then remember, you would also be retaking the violation shot, because you want to take pictures of what you put on there as well.
Shit, they didn't even tell me about taking a picture of the ID.
Oh my God.
Yeah, tell me about it, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta go ahead and get that vest ripped off of you. You definitely need retraining.
Good thing you're here, Bob.
I needed retraining, Bob.
At this point, I'm about to go up the floor too and teach the fucking classes. I mean, what? I mean, what? I'm about to go up there in a minute.
Whoa, Bob. Striker's got that.
Yeah, I just go up there and then I come back down 2 seconds later without a uniform on. I was like, what happened, Bob? I don't want to talk about it.
Just says the wrong thing.
Just like I don't think I've been added to the PD fraction chat on Discord.
Neither has Taylor.
And Stryker was trying to figure that out for me before he logged out.
So
you want to go to Mr. Grant?
The chat, you actually add yourself into it. That should have been one of the tasks that you had as a, I want to say a cadet. Like a senior.
It's as a training. And during the training, believe it or not, they don't add you to the fucking factions. They don't add you to the faction Discord. They add you to the one state Discord. And then you have to request to be added to the faction Discord by one of the almighty higher-ups.
And then that's...
I would say go to Mr. Grant.
Okay, so definitely, if you don't mind helping me take care of that too, because I'm mostly getting updates of things changing from people around the PD, and so many things I'm not being trained right, and so many other things. So how can I really know who's being what's actually true and who's just telling me peeing on my leg and telling me it's raining?
Bob will do his best to get you in there today. Now, moving down. Okay. Let's see. You took the ID photo, you got the mug shot, you retook the violations. Okay, now you've thrown them in jail because none of this was apparently taught.
Mug shot, sir.
How do you take the mug shot? It's simple. You ask them to stand against a blank, not even a blank. You just need them to stand against a wall and stand still, and then you snap a screenshot of them. This is all being done through screenshots.
Okay, and this might be off topic, I'm not sure, but they still never told me where I'm supposed to post these photos or my body cam.
Oh, you don't have access to that either. Yeah, you never got proper access to that neither.
Nope, the only one that I was given, and this was after a certain situation popped up, and I asked, can't remember her name, but I asked one of the higher ups what I was supposed to do, and I got access to the green ticket when I was unbadged.
I don't even have access to the green ticket still, I don't think. But continuing on, now that you've thrown them in a cell, like Miss Taylor very excitedly said, gonna give her a lollipop out of his desk in a minute.
I think she was most excited about that part.
Between the three of you, what happens now after the arrest?
Finish your paperwork and upload all the screenshots and stuff.
Half a point. We're missing something here. Does anybody want to try and fill the gaps?
You talking about after you put them in the cell?
That's correct. What happens then?
I know that you gotta, before you actually put them in the cell, I know you gotta take a picture of their all the violations that they have. But yeah, I'm with Jethro over here. You just post them in the chat that I still don't have access to.
But that part's already been done. We've already gotten all the violations. There's one very final important part we're missing here, and this one is vital, even though it seems very tiny.
You're gonna have to let us know, Bob.
Your height.
No. Okay, so you take a picture of this. This is just gonna be a mock-up of it.
Oh, I think I remember. You take a screenshot of the chat that says I threw them in jail for X amount of time.
That's correct, Mr. El Chapo.
What? I didn't say that.
Oh, wait. Who? Oh, Jeffro said that. That was you, right, Jeffro?
Yeah, where I said take a screenshot of the chat where it said throw them in jail for a certain period of time. Yeah, that was me.
Yes, sir. You take a picture of that because we see, and this is why it's important. Because if this arrest comes back and they're trying to figure out who did what, they're gonna be okay. Show us where you sent them to jail and how long for. And you do not want to be the guy to sit there like a deer in the headlights and be like, I forgot to take a picture of it. They're gonna get you. You will end up chained upside down by your feet in Chief's office.
And Bob would know.
Oh, yes, I would. The report room is my second home. I have a bed in the corner for a reason.
And see, this is why I wish they had a dedicated officer for classes in a dedicated area for cadets and stuff like they do IRL for the police academy and stuff. I wish they had one person that did that, and then once you got your badge, you had to spend a certain period of time with an FTO and that's what
I
I wish
am
they
that
would do.
dedicated officer. I will be up. I will be beside you every single day I'm here, making sure it's done right when I see you, along with everybody else on this floor who needs a helping hand. I tell you, Tom, and Taylor is one of these people. Amber, Promise Dade, hell, Lachey, everybody. Floor 1 is the best unit because we understand what it takes to be down here. We understand that we have to help each other or we will fail because a lot of us get close on this floor, okay? Like really fucking close. So if I see Amber getting cussed out and Amber's getting upset, I'ma jump in and start going rabid dog. Taylor's got my back. So if Taylor sees me going rabid, she's gonna go rabid. Adam McGee loves me and Taylor. Okay, so if McGee sees us going rabid, he's a supervisor, but he's gonna do his best to calm the situation down. But we're only human, so he might go rabid. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I'm not gonna lie though. Honestly, right now, because there's so much stuff I don't know and I wasn't trained right, I personally appreciate y'all being there because I personally would not feel comfortable being on floor 1 by myself or with just cadets because there's so much I don't know and so much stuff I wasn't trained properly for.
Well, that's okay. That's why we're going to go over it. That's why we're going to go over all of it today. We're going to do all of that and we're going to wipe it out because I'd rather be in here doing this than out there dealing with the same 15 people who run through the metal detectors daily.
I know that's freaking annoying, but I'm not gonna lie, I chose this unit because that's where most of the action is, and I said I wanted to help people on floor 1 when I got my badge, and I'm holding true to that as soon as I can know everything I need to know.
Now, the one thing you are gonna want to remember is these most people on floor 1 give out 3.2s and 1.7s, and that's it. But that ain't all that comes to this, okay? Nor likely than not, when you're giving out those 3.2s and 1.7s, those also come with a 3.1, which is a what without looking at your book?
I already failed. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna say resisting arrest is my guess.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
Wow. Okay, I got that on the first shot, and
You're correct.
I wasn't even told.
Because they're like brothers. 3.1 is resisting. 3.2 is disobeying. If they're disobeying you, they're likely resisting. So you can throw that on there too. And if they're being arrested on floor 1, you can go ahead and throw on a 2.4, which is what? Anybody from the crowd?
Trespassing is my guess.
No. Any more guesses before I say it?
Disorderly conduct.
Bingo. If they're disobeying and resisting, they're likely already committing disorderly conduct. You can throw that on there, along with the 1.7, which is trespassing. And when they're doing that, more than likely they're also going to be doing a 2.6, which is what?
I have no idea. I can't even make a guess.
Insulting a public servant on duty.
Yep, bingo. And that's literally the trinity of charges. Trust me, if they 9,000 times out of 10,000 times, if they are committing one of those, they're committing all of them. They don't just stop at one and be like, that's enough. No, they want every single one you can possibly figure.
I do have a question, just for clarification, because I see a lot of officers just do with the 1.7 and the 3.2. So is it a problem if they're committing those other things that you had mentioned and we only charge them with those two?
No, it's not a problem. In my opinion, the way I've taken it is officer discretion. Some people are charged for it, some people won't. Some people just let the water roll off a duck's back. Me personally, you aren't about to disrespect my floor like that and get away with it. You start acting like that, I'm gonna whoop your ass with every single belt I got until it's sore. Excuse my language.
Bet.
No, that just reminded me how I was raised by a cop dad, IRL. My dad was a cop in real life, so, remind me how I was raised like that.
And there's also one more, and I'm not gonna. This is a rare one, but it happens. It happens more than you think because we deal with gang members. There's one more charge out there that normally comes with this package of charges. I want everyone in this room. This time, everybody's gonna make a guess at what this last charge is that will always appear.
2.6.
Okay, we've got a 2.6. Can I go? Who's Mr. Jeffro? Go ahead.
3.
Actually, I'll tell you what. There's 2 charges, so you got 2 chances to get this right. There's 2 charges that will always appear with this. And matter of fact, we're gonna go back around the room because I want everybody to add what they think the second charge is. Go ahead, Mr. El Chapo. It's your turn, sir. What do you think the 2 missing charges are that always come with this package?
A 1.12 and a 2.6.
All right, Taylor. What do you think the second charge is?
1.9.
All right, 1.9 in the green zone. That's one hell of a feat. Jeffro, what do you think the second charge is?
I'd have to say I think the second charge is a 1.12.
All right. So for those of you that said 2.6, you were right and wrong. It was 2.5. 2.6 is there. You are right. I didn't cover that one. So there was actually 3. But it's also 2.5 because Taylor will vouch. Taylor will fucking vouch 100% of the time. Mr. Boob, if you want to, you can come in, sir. You don't have to keep licking my door. But Taylor will vouch, dealing with these gang members. Close the door behind you, sir. We face 2.5 murder threats all the time. So many of these people we're processing will come back later on in the day and as they're being arrested, they will be like, fuck you, I'm literally going to come back and kill you. Step outside into a white zone, pussy, and see what I do to you. That is murder threats. You cannot do that. And then 2.6 is also a valid answer because, yes, that's insulting a public servant when you call us a bitch-ass nigga and say you're going to come murder all of us in 6 minutes when you get out with your 60 get-out-of-jail-free cards. But the other one I wanted to point out is 3.6, which is failure to identify. And that is when they refuse to give you your identification. Like right now, if I ask for Miss Taylor's identification and she calls me a fat bitch and tells me I'm not giving you shit, that's 3.6 and also 2.6 and also just really fucking mean. Yes, Mr. El Chapo.
Wouldn't there be a 3.5 because they tend to hit cadets?
Let me see.
Yeah, they should be getting charged with 3.5, but I feel like a lot of the officers just don't be giving a fuck.
That's correct. They should be getting a 3.5 as well. He's got a point. But this is going on as if like they were already like what you say, like if they're already in cuffs, like we've already got them and now they're just being a resistive peanut head.
And wouldn't they get a 3.2?
Correct. 3.2s come standard order. You get those with everything you do.
I think you would need to be a suit for this, but I think you should do the unbadged and cadet classes and stuff too, because
Yeah, but if you want, you can host one right now.
I'm already hosting one. Look around you. I'm already doing that.
What, so this goes to my cadet
Oh, no,
class?
absolutely not. Well, actually, I'll send it to the higher-ups and ask. You know what? For you, I'll send it to the higher-ups and ask. But I can't, I'm not going to guarantee you nothing, okay? I will not guarantee this works. But secondly, now moving on to the resistor part. Wait, does anybody have any questions before we move on? Sorry, I'm being a bad teacher. Taylor, we'll go ladies first.
No, Bob, we're good.
All right, Jeffro.
No, but once we finish with this part, do you think you could take me into the gym and show me how to use my taser better? Because I remember you saying that was one of my biggest problems, was tasing the person.
I'm gonna be honest. The gym isn't gonna do us much justice because this lobby and the outside and where the upward works is a lot more open range space, and that gym is not gonna do it justice. The way these people can run and juke us over props and shit. Yes, Mr. Chapo.
I would say aim for the legs.
Yeah, he's got a point. Aim down and fire, and try and wait until you get them on a straight. Like a lot of them are gonna be running behind and through the metal detectors. Wait till they get on that straight and they're going towards and through the metal detectors for that split second where they're going to be trapped and fire. Let them get down that hallway, and that's where you get them. Trying to get them while they're circling is just going to make you angry.
Thanks for the tips, because I've been trying to, shoot them, all willy-nilly, and I've been trying to hit them center mass rather than going for the legs.
Now, moving now, as we're going for resisting, and since no one has any questions on the next tab, going down to resisting, this has to do with what Mr. Chapo said earlier about the garage. Okay, you can charge them now. You can charge them with as many times. And Taylor, I believe we were told by McGee, like say they insult everyone in this room. Well, us three, Jeffro, Taylor, and me. That's 3 charges of insulting a peace officer because they insulted 3 cops. Okay, the same rule applies to that for resisting. You can give them resisting once because they like ran from you and you had to pursue them down and tase them. And then when you get them in cuffs, like, hold on, I'm going to teach by example here. 1 second. I'm going to teach by example. Now, when you get them in cuffs and you're doing like this, and you're gonna Mr. El Chapo, I'm gonna try and put violations on you, and I need you to run around. See, I cannot put charges on him. I cannot do anything with him like this because when I open it up, it's gonna say he's too far away. He's not letting me put charges on him, and then you have to give them fair warning. Hey, if you don't knock that off, I'm gonna have to take you downstairs and put you in a car, and that's gonna be another charge of resisting. And
that's fine.
Yep, and
Piggy.
Yep, and that's more than likely the answer you're gonna get, or a bunch of yelling over a really crackled mic.
Okay,
And that's gonna be another charge of resisting if you have to take them downstairs and do the legwork to put them in a car because they don't want to stop. They don't want to stop moving to let you do their job. I meant to let you do your job.
Right. So what's to stop them from, pushing the button on their screen to get out of the patrol car?
They can't do that when they're cuffed. That's what. Once you're cuffed, you have full control. Once you cuff them, you have full control over them. Wherever you go, they go. Whatever car you get into, they get into, and they cannot get out until you get out.
Oh, I didn't know that, so that's something new I didn't know. Well, there's a lot I didn't know, but yeah, thanks.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
No, sir.
Fantastic. Taylor, is there anything important you feel that I missed?
Not necessarily missed. I do have to say for Jethro, since you're a badged, the felony charges, like the 1.1, 1.2, 1. Like all the ones, you wouldn't be able to charge them with. You have to have a vested officer. And something cool that I learned that if you already have them in handcuffs and they either have prior violations or you have already put the violations onto them and they log out, they respawn back in jail, and you still get the credit for it, like the medals and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay, so with that, ma'am, when they spawn out, do I still have to put all of the frag chat stuff in there or anything? How does that work? And especially with them spawning back in jail.
How do you mean spawn out? Like, do you mean?
Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, sorry. I mean, do you mean the respawn? Like, if you've got somebody in custody and then they hit the respawn and die?
No, I mean, because she said if they like log out, they'll automatically respawn into jail. So that frag chat thing that we had to do with the arresting officer and the suspect, all of that we had to do in chat. If they log out and I've got them cuffed up, and before I get that paperwork sent and stuff done, do I have to do that once they log out, especially since she just told me that they'll spawn back in jail, or how does that work?
Yes, sir, you do. But the only way they spawn or wake back up in jail is if you already have violations on them. Otherwise, I believe they will just wake up free of cuffs and come back to hunt you like a terrible ghost.
Okay, so once I get the cuffs on, regardless whether they, if they log out, I still have to put everything in the chat like I was going to arrest them.
And honestly, I'm going to be honest. My way of doing this, and here's how I did it just in the event, because Taylor will tell you a lot of these people log out. You just want to go ahead and at least press one violation on them. So that way, even if they do log out during your paperwork, you still got them. And I'll clear this with a supervisor to be sure. But while they're in jail, and I don't even think you'll be able to, honestly. Like, I don't think you're able to. But if you are, I'm pretty sure, like, you can just finish putting the violations. No, because with one violation, they'll be probably use a get out of jail free card before you're able to. So really, I'll just stick to straight and narrow. And, like, if they log out, it's just the green ticket. Like, it's just the loss you'll have to take. Again, unless you already have the violations on them, and then they'll wake back up in jail. But it won't jail anybody if they don't have any violations. Like, this isn't a realistic system where we can just arrest people for nothing.
Right. I like I said, I appreciate you guys clearing everything up for me, because there's a lot. Wasn't told a lot, so I appreciate it. So thank you so much. I want to be as good of a cop as I can be, but kind of hard if I literally seem like a freaking cadet.
Also, Mr. El Chapo, you had a question, sir?
I was going to add something. When they're on the ground, do not repeatedly taser them.
That's correct. You do not ever, and I mean ever in your entire, very hopefully long career, ever in your entire life, spam tase or especially shoot someone in a green zone. Never ever in your entire life do that. You tase them once, even if they're a troll or a hacker. You tase them once. If it fails because they're trolling, hacking, or glitching, you ignore them. When it comes to trolling, hacking, and glitching on floor 1, you act like they do not exist. These people thrive off of that attention. The minute you give it to them, you're feeding them. Yeah, I don't care what they're doing. If they're spam punching you, who cares? They'll get banned. You get back up, you continue to act like they don't exist. Because at some point, they'll leave you alone because they're not getting the attention they want.
Okay, so I do have a question, a couple of questions with that. Number 1, for each time we fire our taser but do not hit the suspect, do we need to drop that taser macro?
No, it's one taser macro per arrest. So if I'm going after Miss Taylor right now, I drop my macros at the start, I taser down to the ground. I can fire multiple taser shots. Once I tase her down to the ground and I get her in cuffs, if by somehow Lord's grace she breaks free and she's back running around, I believe that classifies as a different situation and you want to drop your macros again. But no, it's one taser per person. So if you're trying to tase Taylor and you going after her and you fail to get her, and then El Chapo runs through the lobby and starts beating on your ass, you got to drop your macros again for him.
Okay, and while I'm dropping the macros, if they run off, is it a problem if technically they're not right in front of me as when that macro is dropped because they ran off in the other direction to escape?
No, because they were there and they recognized, and you got it on body cam, that you made a good faith effort to drop your macros. So once your macros are dropped, and you're then free to chase. All weapons cleared. The only time you're supposed to redo the macros like they fully escape. Like if they start in floor 1, You chase them outside. They run outside, get into a vehicle in the parking lot, speed off, go halfway across town, and come back hours or even minutes later. Then you have to redo the macros.
Okay, and then also, is it a problem if we don't chase them outside? Because I've seen a lot of cops, once they leave the lobby, they'll just let it go.
Yes and no. Again, I'm a cop where if you disrespect my floor, I will run you out of your shoes, pick up your shoes, sell them, and then use the money to take your baby mama on a nice dinner. Okay, I'm not going to let you disrespect floor 1 whatsoever. I will drop you out of the sky from a helicopter. Here, theoretically speaking, I wouldn't actually do that. We don't commit crime here. Okay, but no, you can chase them outside, but the way this place should be working and it should have been operated is there should already be somebody outside positioned, because people should be patrolling that parking lot in the outside area. So if somebody's running out there, you just hop on your radio and be like, one suspect heading outside, and then give a description, not a name, because again, in NRP, we are not supposed to have magical name tags above our heads. So not a name, but you give them a description of what they're wearing. And if you see the guy wearing that's running from the police station at full sprint, well, common sense tells you that's probably the guy you're looking for.
Right, and Stryker said he wanted to do that too. He wanted a couple of Chargers out there ready for to chase down suspects as soon as they leave PD, and a couple of Bearcats to block off. I can't remember what he said to block off what area, but he wanted that as well.
And just to be clear, if you're the outside officer intercepting, yes, you do drop your own taser macros. It does not matter if the officer inside the building dropped theirs. You are now dealing with that suspect, not the officer inside. So you drop your own macros before you go after them.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. And then also, after I request the ID and technically know their name, am I able to use their floating name tag and continue typing it in, or would I have to request their ID multiple times in order to get all the letters right?
Once you know it's them and you know who you've dealt with, you can use their floating name.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have everything so I don't screw up, because I really don't want to lose my badge after all the work I've already put in and everything, and all the work I intend to keep putting in. So I just want to make sure I get everything right.
Yep, this is what the vested is for. This is why you ask questions. Anything else we can cover from the two newest in the room?
I do have a question when it comes to taking cadets and stuff to Ralph's office for their classes. Is a badged officer allowed to take them over, or is that strictly for vested?
Absolutely. You're a part of Upper. We're the field trip crew. When it's time for a field trip, when they're asking for officers to ride people down to Ralph's office, yes, that's you. That's vested too if we can help out. You get a car, you're going to be by yourself, you're going to load up 3 cadets or so, and then you're going to convoy up with the rest of us. We're all going to ride over there, and then we're going to go back, and you may or may not be taking more. It all depends on how many cadets are coming to the party.
And are we allowed to stay there, or do we have to go back to the police station as soon as we drop them off?
I'm going to be honest, it all depends on the officer doing the training. If you ask them nicely and respectfully, hey ma'am, hey sir, may I stick around for this training? They're either going to say yes or no. It honestly depends on who you're dealing with.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that whether they said, if they said it was okay, if, I would get in trouble if I wasn't back at PD or whatever.
And now let's get into, I got one, Taylor. Floor 1 etiquette. What's a major number 1 rule of floor 1? Coming from Taylor.
The major one, huh? Honestly, I would say just to make sure that the metal detectors are secured, so that way we don't run into casualties with, the civilians going in the back.
Good answer, actually. Mr. Chapo.
Is it not to not like fight with like the cadets?
Are
I'm
you
not
saying
like
should
Steve.
cadets be fighting each other or should they be fighting civilians?
No, like officers shouting at cadets.
That is also a number one rule. Officers, vested, badged, I don't care who, you should not be shouting at cadets. We are human. Sometimes we make mistakes, yes. Sometimes cadets get rowdy and like to run around away from their metal detectors. While that's not okay, you should not be shouting at somebody. You should not go full drill sergeant. Get your F and F beep beep so and so back behind the metal detectors before I throw your hind end and SS beep beep, you stupid. You get where I'm going.
That's definitely good to know, because, I mean, granted, they never used cuss words, but as a cadet, I got yelled at just for walking up to a vested officer asking a question, and I got yelled at, so.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No, to you and Taylor both have very good answers, but no, their floor one again is based on respect. We do not need more disrespect on floor one when we have enough gang members streaming through here daily to provide enough disrespect for 7 years.
Appreciate it and everything. I'd say no using foul language for my guest, like no cussing and stuff.
That is correct
Perfect.
because civilians are always listening, and Taylor will tell you, and I will tell you because I get it the worst. I'm telling you, these people will do anything to say they got a cop's badge, and they will do anything to get your badge. Your badge is dog. Let Taylor tell it. Your badge is literally like the golden chalice. They want it more than anything. You'll probably see them staring at it, drooling sometimes.
No, he's right. He's right. And listen too. Like that's another reason why this is really important for you to, listen to the trainings and stuff. And Jethro, I know that you were talking about earlier, making sure who's teaching you the right way versus the wrong way, or maybe they're not giving you enough information or the wrong information. But these civilians out here, they also have body cams on. They also take screenshots of the stuff that's going on, and even if you know that you're doing the right thing, they'll still try to get under your skin and say, oh, like you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing this wrong. And they'll try to, as soon as they walk up into PD, or even as soon as you put the handcuffs on them, they're already yelling for a supervisor. So it's really important that, we're paying attention in the classes and in the training, so that way we know what we're supposed to be doing. And it's never wrong to ask questions. Usually you can ask Bob, the first couple of offenses that you make, or, wrongs that you do, like they're not to say they're going to overlook it, but they'll let you know what's going on, like what was wrong with it, and, help you to not do that in the future. But yeah, like I said, like these civilians out here will try their hardest to get you out of these clothes, to get your badge, just for the hell of it, because they have nothing else better to do.
Like dog, like they'll like hell, like they and I mean it's bad. Like it gets to a point where you'll get, and most of the time it'll be the same people. Like they'll try harder than your, like I don't know if you're married, sir, but they'll try harder than your boyfriend or girlfriend to get you out of your clothes. Like they'll be trying harder than them. I ain't even have to try that hard with Taylor. No offense, but but yeah.
For the new
No, sir, I am not. IRL, I spend most of my time, if I'm not on here, I'm studying law books for legal stuff, because I'm trying to be a prosecutor IRL, so, that keeps me busy most of the time.
Okay, nice.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Chapo. You got the floor.
When can I get my burger with the donut on top?
Soon. We love those here. But also, and I'm going to let Taylor take this one because I want to see what she knows on it. Positioning. This one, we're going to title this course of the class, Positioning and Sentry Post. Go ahead, Taylor.
I'm sorry, Bob. You said what?
Positioning and Sentry Post.
Bob, you know I've gotten hit with a few cars in our time together. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on what the hell that
Okay.
means.
So positions is where you're standing within the lobby, and sentry post. Okay, you're the sentry. James, me, fucking Chapo, I mean Graham, Taylor, and me. We are the sentries. Sentries are guards who stand guard at a certain whatchamacallit point, at a certain designated point. The lobby is our designated point. And what I mean by sentries, like if you go outside this room, we're technically supposed to have one guy by the stairs guarding this upstairs area because this is a private area where we take very sensitive reports. El Chapo, I will throw you in jail, sir. Cut it out. Then we're supposed to have another guy by that big meeting room. That's the courthouse because nobody is supposed to run by there. And then the cadet sentries, like Mr. Chapo, are supposed to be by the elevator, are supposed to be by the metal detectors. And then we're also supposed to have two sentries behind that front desk violations counter to take people when they come in. And we're supposed to have another sentry by the door. And we're also supposed to have sentries posted outside.
Good to know, because I've seen a lot of officers just in my short time being up here, and then also when I was a cadet, just everywhere, like no designated spot or anything.
Yes, there's designated spots. People just don't really use them, or they'll just stand close to those double doors. That's by our courthouse and be like, this seems good enough. No, you have designated points you are supposed to stand at and man. This place has a system. People just don't use it too often.
More like never. No, like honestly, Bob, like there's a lot of stuff in just in my short time sitting in this chair right now that I'm learning from you. But no, I think it is important that we have, because too, like although like we're supposed to be guarding these areas, because you know like sensitive information is being taken like back here, or like in that classroom that you were talking about, you know they're just not supposed to be going in there. But especially standing on top of the stairs, because I really feel like you get like a really good eagle's eye view of the whole lobby to see like what's going on, and then of course the person that's you know by the report desks right there, you know in the front, but on the side of the metal detectors, you know just to see who's coming in and out. But it is very important too that you always have your body cam footage on, no matter what, as soon as you walk out the front doors, whenever you get on floor 0, because again that just plays into the whole these people are trying to take your badge, the civilians are trying to take your badge, and they will do anything and say anything and do everything to get you out of your clothes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you will go AFK and there's a good chance you'll wake up to somebody trying to pry it off your chest.
And then two, something that me and Bob just recently ran into. It's also about point of view as well. Bob turned in some body cam footage. They were trying to get on me for something that I was quote unquote not doing, but in reality, I was just trying to figure out what was going on. But I listened to the body cam footage, I watched it, and it looked as if I wasn't doing nothing because you couldn't really hear what I was saying because there was too much stuff going on. Bob was talking, other civilians were talking, so it's always good to have that on just in case someone gets a little suspicious about somebody else's body cam footage that you may or may not be in.
And now we're gonna talk. And now this is a dream scenario. We're gonna talk about why having sentries at their designated post is also good for one other thing. We're gonna go down the row and see if you guys know. Starting with Taylor. Why is it good to have a sentry at their designated post?
I mean, I really think it's for security purposes, you know, and or if something happens, you know, sometimes there's, you know, like the officers, they have to go on their own patrols, or if there's something going down, like outside or just out in the world, or maybe they're getting pulled away to do like a body search, or do a violation or something. Like it's just important to, because you know sometimes we get some pretty high profile people up in the jail cell, and you know their members or their friends or whatever you want to call them, they'd be trying to come up and you know like get that information information. Maybe they're trying to figure out who arrested them to see why they're in there. Because I'm pretty sure whenever you're in jail, you don't have access to your phone and to your walkie-talkie. Like, because you know how we have walkie-talkies. I'm pretty sure gangs also have walkie-talkies.
They do.
And whenever you're in jail, I don't think they have access to that. So again, like, it's just important to make sure that we, stand our post, stand our ground, and I don't know if Bob went over this or not, but if you're getting beat on, unfortunately, I'm sorry, but we can't do nothing about that as cadets. You know what I mean? Now, Graham, since you're a badged officer, you can make arrests, and you have that authority. But El Chapo, unfortunately, hon, if someone's just beating the fuck out of you, I'm gonna need you to just take it. Stand there and take it.
I did go over that, and I told them they can retreat to floor 0 and explain why they were down there.
Right, yeah, that's a good option too.
Now, moving on to Mr. Graham, why do you think having designated sentry post is important? There's 2 big ones that I'm still looking for, even though Miss Taylor is definitely correct. I'll buy her an ice cream cone later from the beach.
I'd say quicker response time, and definitely for the short time that I've been up here on floor 1, I'd also say, more people means if there's a situation going down, you can just get on your radio and be like, hey, I'm being jumped here. My name is so-and-so, and I'm being jumped by X amount of people. And you've already got 4 or 5 officers already there that have either already seen it or jumped in.
Okay, good answer. Also good answer. Mr. Chapo, you're the final one on the chopping board.
To make it easier to catch criminals, and so then it's like different points of views. So like, say if someone wants to report you, Bob, we have Taylor's point of view of you, what you're saying. Then we have Jaron's point of view of what the other person's saying. Then you have my point of view.
Okay, so honestly, you both got it right, but you're missing pieces of it. Okay, so we're going to start from the outside and move inside. Okay, most people, and again, Taylor will attest, most people don't show up here with plans to assault and troll the PD. A lot of these people show up and they gather outside and they come up with plans outside of what they're going to do. And then they make their way inside. I mean, that's what I've seen personally myself. So if you've got 2 sentries, 2 officers stationed outside, you can radio to the inside guys, hey, we've got Miss Rashard about to rush the doors. She's talking about running the metal detectors and trolling. Okay, we're ready for her. Or rather, no, not Rashard, because again, you don't have their ID yet. You can't see their magical names. Excuse me. You've got a young lady wearing an all blue outfit with a vest. She's about to run inside. She's talking about trolling and running the metal detectors. Okay, we know she's coming. Now, secondly, tasers. It's tasers. This is why it's good to have multiple tasers, because if somebody's running the metal detectors and you've got an officer positioned behind the metal detectors on the stairs, in front of the report rooms on the stairs, in front of the courtroom doors, by the entrance doors, behind the front desk, no matter where they run, they are going to run into an officer with a taser ready to drop their macros and get busy. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Put your gun up, kid.
Point your gun.
If they run up, if they run towards the courthouse and they're trying to run straight, they're gonna run into the taser. If they try and run,
Sir, this dude's pointing a gun.
if they try and run towards,
This dude's pointing a gun.
if they try and run towards the report rooms, they're gonna run into a guy on the stairs with the taser.
Sir. A dude's pointing a gun at the lobby. And he
Okay,
pointed a
hold
gun when
on.
he came to the room, but y'all didn't see it.
Dispatch, could I please get some units to floor 1? There's apparently a man with a gun in the lobby pointing it at people.
Name's Louis.
Thank you for the report, Mr. Leela. But continuing on, before I take the questions, it goes like that, because then if they try and run behind the metal detectors, guess what? There's somebody at the top of those stairs with a taser. If they make it past that guy, the guys that are in the violation booth are going to run out of that room and they're going to have tasers. So you make sense? It's literally like airlocking them. No matter where they run, they're going to run into two very, very painful darts filled with electricity. Now I'll take questions starting to Mr. Graham because he did try to speak first.
That
Are you
cadet
making a report, son?
just in here.
In there, ask for the
Question that I had: if a person tells you,
So,
"Hey,
he's the dude.
person name is so and so, and they're doing this," are you allowed to get on the radio and be like, "Hey, I've got
This is
someone"?
the dude that point the gun. This is the dude that point the gun.
Report.
I checked
Get out.
I mean, officer,
Leave.
arrest him. I'm so sorry.
Please hold for 1 second. Yo, Tackleberry, I need a favor.
Sir, why am I going to jail?
I'm currently trying to go over some quick training procedure with these guys. Could you take this guy and book him for me? He was the one pointing a gun, supposedly, and he's also getting a 3.2 and a 1.7.
Jackson Page hit me and he's in the lobby and I have a picture of it. Like, I screenshotted it.
If you appreciate your Tackleberry, let me know when you got his cuffs.
Leave.
Sir, I screenshotted Jackson Page hitting me. He's in the lobby. Please arrest him.
What's going on? What's going on,
I'm
Winters?
calling one of my gang members. I'm
I'm
calling
in the
one of my
report
gang
room.
members to come get me. I'm calling one of my gang members. He's gonna visit me out.
Yeah,
He's
you can
gonna
come
bail
on
me
through,
out.
dog. No, it's a good. You can come on through.
Alright. Hold on, I got a superstar asking for me, hold on.
All right.
Hey, you're lucky. None of them are on, bro.
All right. I need you guys to get back to your metal detectors, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are
Get the
proceeding
door,
now.
Mr. Chapo.
What?
Now, continuing on with your question, Mr. Graham, because I honestly didn't hear that.
My question is, when that cadet came in, and said, "Hey, this person," and gave them their name.
You're asking if that's legible for arrest.
No. No, I'm asking if, like, when we get on the radio to call for backup, if we're allowed to say, "I've got a such and such person," like a cadet, saying this person's got a gun, and give them.
Mr. Bob. I need
this
it's urgent. It's urgent.
Hey.
Yes, Mr. Leela.
So, sir, just now, like, I told you that Jackson Page hit me and, like, you didn't listen and he became a trainee and I have a of him hitting me.
Okay, you have my Discord, Bob Blacker. Send me that and I'll deal with it after the meeting, okay, sir?
Is there spacing in Bob Blacker or no?
No, sir. There is no space. I mean, yes, there is a space in Bob Blacker. Yes, sir.
Alright, okay, sir. I'll send it to you and, like, okay, bye. Thank you.
You are welcome.
But so my question was, like, if a cadet or somebody comes in and says, "Hey, this person," and gives them a name and says that they're doing this or whatever, and we get on the radio to call for backup, are we able to tell them, "Hey, I've got this person, like this a cadet down here or whatever, saying a certain person is doing that," and give the person that the cadet said?
Yes, you are, because technically they already identified that guy for us, thank Christ. But the way I do it to cover ourselves is you also want to give a quick clothing description, what he looks like and what he's wearing, just to cover your bases. So that way the other officers coming down won't magically identify the guy and be like, "Oh, there's Taylor Rashad. I know it because I see the name above their head." No, they'd be like, "Oh, there's Taylor Rashad," because they just described their clothing and that matches the description.
Okay. And do we do, if, like, somebody matches, like, the clothing and stuff, is that enough grounds to ask for their ID?
Oh, absolutely. If Mr. Cowboy back there, Bubba as we call him, was to be called over on the radio, white man wearing a beard, looks like he's one divorce away from blowing up a school, yeah, that's grounds enough to stop him. Yeah, and ask for his ID because he'd be matching the description.
Okay. Just wasn't sure. Like I said, I'm trying to cover everything that could possibly come up since wasn't trained right and everything, and I appreciate it. And I still need to add Taylor on the friends list. I already did, but I guess I forgot to do that.
You should probably add Bubby in the back as well. He's a lot more, believe it or not, he's out of the 3 captains in this room, he's the far more seasoned captain.
Yes.
I see him back there. I'll definitely, if you can hear me, sir, I'll definitely get your name and stuff so I can add you.
Let me excuse myself. I gotta go to floor 2 to go talk to Tony real quick about joining Upward. I'll be
All right.
back, Bob. I'll call you.
Let Tony know we need to talk to him as well.
All right, sounds good.
Did I do something wrong?
Oh no, Mr. Chapo, you're good. I just told you to get the door.
Good.
Also, if they say, like, as you mentioned before as an example, if somebody outside at their post says somebody in this clothing is about to rush the doors, are we able to already pull out our taser, or do we have to wait till they come in the building? Or when are we
okay.
allowed to
So that's a
display
good
our
question.
taser?
The way this will work is you cannot tase somebody for doing absolutely nothing. Okay, and honestly, this is a good one. Thank God he said this, Taylor, because this is a good sneaky way to get your badge as well, is even though they say they're going to rush the door, they might run in here and do absolutely nothing except ask for what they need and then leave, and then you done tased them innocently, and now they've got you. So even though they say they're going to do something, you let them get inside. You have your taser out, yes, but you do not use it until they actively commit a crime or are not listening to you. Like if they come in and start running in circles and attempt to push into the past the metal detectors, then you drop that taser macro, and this falls back into if we had sentries positioned where they should be. If they try running out the front door, there's the door sentry. If they make it out the front door, the outside sentries are ready. If they make it, if they run towards court, if they run towards the courthouse in the back behind the double doors, taser. Up the stairs, taser. You make sense? So yes, you wait to tase. Do not just immediately tase, because we don't know what they're gonna do, and that's a sneaky way to get the badge off of you.
Okay, and a separate question that kind of goes along with it. When are we allowed to physically display our tasers? Can we have them out at all times?
Oh, that's officer discretion. You can have it out walking around with it all you want, or you can take a more realistic approach like I do and only pull it out when I know I'm about to use that. Because I treat my taser like a gun, right? I treat my taser like a gun where I'm only pulling this big ass boy out if I know I'm about to use it. Same rule that applies in real life. You only pull these out if you know you are about to use them. Because the fool that pulls his gun out and isn't prepared to use it will probably get that shit took out of his hands.
Understood, sir. I appreciate it. And definitely, I'm not exactly sure how, but I definitely need to practice with my taser so I can get quicker with using it and better accuracy.
The only legitimate place to practice will be the gym, unless you go out on a 10-12 with me and Taylor, where we drive you up to the Hollywood Hills where ain't nobody gonna see, and we can fire a couple shots out there with the tasers. Not the guns. Let me be clear, I'm not shooting my coworkers. I already shot Taylor once by accident.
Right, sure, it was an accident. She didn't just make you mad or something.
Hey, it's her fault for not sleeping with me that night. I mean, yeah, accident, man.
With what?
Well,
What gun?
Bro, repeat that, Chapo?
I said what gun?
What gun? What do you mean by what gun?
I mean what gun?
Are you asking what guns I have?
No, I'm asking what gun did you shoot her with?
Oh, that was my patrol rifle. It was during a shootout.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, question real quick.
Go ahead, cowboy.
So, when did it become a rule that that you couldn't, have your taser in your hand on floor 1 as a cop?
That's not a rule. Who just said that?
Dave Tackleberry literally told me to put my taser up.
That's off again. We literally just went over that, like literally 2 seconds ago before you walked in here. And again, I keep saying it's officer discretion. If you want to walk around like a Wild West gunslinger with your taser out, that's fine. Be ready, stay ready. Okay? But in my officer discretion, the way I do it, and Tackleberry does it apparently, is we keep ours holstered until it's time to use it. But I will check, so don't take me on that because I don't want you guys to get in trouble. So for everybody in this room, I do want you guys to keep that, to keep it holstered until it's time to use it, just until I figure that out, because I don't want to give you guys misinformation. I'm not an MG, so I'm not privy to all the rules. I read as much as I can, but
yeah, Tony just like basically disappeared when I got up there.
oh, don't worry, he'll reappear at some point. For now, I say just work the upper beat and say you were in training. But continuing on questions, does anybody have any questions?
No question so far that you've covered, because I think you've answered all the questions I have so far.
Okay, this is a question. Honestly, this is a good question. The Bubba, we went over a lot of upward stuff, and I do have all this on recording. It's a very long video, but to help you out so you can kind of jump the crowd and get you more acquainted, I'm going to send you this, and I highly suggest you skim through it because it goes over a lot of upward stuff. Here's my biggest question. As an upward officer, and this is for everybody in the room because Bubba is new to this unit as well, where does upward patrol? Starting with Bubba, and we're going to go down to Chapo. Where does the upward unit patrol? What's our home and what's our mission?
All green zone areas all over the world.
Bingo correcto. We patrol all the green zone areas, including the HP lobbying outside, all the job sites, any place that's green, upper goes there. If you're upper, the green zones are where you stark at. That's where you hunt at.
So all jobs, HP,
PD,
hands, all of them lovely places.
And one of the most important things is out front of PD. People are gonna try and tell you, you can't be out here. This isn't a part of the PD. I'm not in the lobby. You fat pig, you're not doing your job properly. You can't arrest me out here. Don't listen to that. Outside PD, outside the front doors of PD, all the way to the sidewalk. Once you get in the road, that's no longer PD property. But even the sidewalk that's attached to PD, that's our patrol zone. Don't let them tell you it's not. That sidewalk belongs to PD.
Good to know. I do have a question that kind of goes along with it. Is there any thing that we should drop, could drop, or anything like that to identify that we are part of upper in case someone says like, oh, you're not supposed to be on floor 1 unless you're making an arrest, or you're not supposed to be here, or this or that?
Yes. There's a bunch of upward macros, but believe it or not even I've received the upward macros yet. I'm gonna be honest. So I have no idea what they are. But if you want, when you update your fucking macro and you put your badge in it, just attach that your upper, like between Bob, ignore the rest of that. You could also put between sir and captain. So it'd be hello sir, upward captain Bob, ignore the rest of that blacker, with the LAPD badge number 6769420.
Okay, I do have the upper macros because I got them from Stryker. So if you want my Discord, I can send those to you if you like. Also, is there a limit? Is there like a certain number that we need to have in terms of our badge number, like a certain length?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. That's why I kind of just went crazy with it. I was kind of just typing shit. I'm gonna be honest.
You make up your own badge number.
Exactly.
It's not like organized or anything like that, but like what number you are in the faction, you just make it up.
Okay, so there's not a certain length. So, for example, I could just do badge number 101.
Yeah, I think there's already a 101, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't be like too crazy like Bob did. Bob's just his own thing, but yeah, kind of have like a four digit.
Yeah, I tried to retire in the meeting last night, and they threatened to kill me. Essentially, I mean, Bubbles that I witnessed it. I tried to retire, and they won't let me go. I'm stuck here till Taylor accidentally shoots me in the head.
And you'll never see it coming, Bob.
I'm gonna see you coming later.
Oh, Bob.
It's too early for that.
Calm down, Bob.
Yeah. Good morning, Bubba.
Yeah, no shit.
Taylor snuck back in on us. I didn't see she walked back in.
Hey, dog, what can I say? I had a good night last night. I'm still reeling.
So you did say you wanted my Discord so I could send you those upper macros?
Oh, yeah, we'll collect. Yeah, you can go ahead and collect them, and I'll grab them from the video.
Okay, so you just want me to drop them in the chat, and then you can collect from the video?
Correct, Mundo.
Shit, send me them upper macros as well.
Okay, I can do that. There is one that I do need to get with Striker correctly, because it did. I put it in as he wrote it, but it didn't. It didn't do like the typical macros do. It just showed up as a regular chat. So there is one macro that I'm not gonna drop because I need Striker's help fixing it to make sure I have it.
Put it out real quick. Let me see it. I can probably help you with it right now.
Sometimes you gotta type it in. I don't know why it won't let you copy and paste it. Sometimes you gotta type it in.
And put the macro. Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
It's that one. It's a new macro that Striker had to modify after the 10-minute rule went away.
Alright, so what you're going to do on that macro, up front of the, in the parentheses of upward, before that you're going to do /me space and then follow on with that.
Actually, Bubba, I would put that in /fall. Give it that bright orange so people can't say they didn't see it. Because that's important.
/fall, FALL.
Correct.
Well, I want to do that because the fall chat is basically communications to all the other factions.
Okay, another
only higher ups like MGs and stuff have that responsibility to do that. So do /me space.
Yeah, he's got a point actually. I ain't even think about that.
Faction.
Okay. Yeah. I heard about that / things I know of is the one you told me for the arrest, and then the /me and do, and then the flobbies.
Yeah, so /me is basically like your character, saying something verbally. /do is your character, doing something, physically. So the /do's will pop up in like the purplish pink color. /me will pop up green, which that's what that macro should be. And then the fall chat, like I said, it was just communication that all other factions like to communicate. So like if you was going to, go to army base, you'll do /fall, PD to army, Westgate.
Okay. I'm fixing to drop the other macros that are correct. And then that way y'all can go back through them. These are the ones that Striker gave me early this morning, like around midnight or so when I joined with him, like underneath him. And then he said he was making me a captain or whatever I think it's called. I think it's captain for part of his unit or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what the correct term is, but I think it's captain.
We have coaches, wardens, and leads down here. So what he probably said is going to be a coach.
It's coach. It was coach. That's right. It was coach.
And after I send this video, I'm probably going to become a coach. Which will probably give me more responsibility. I'm so damn sure I did good on this. I might wake up in an MG suit, but who knows?
I think you deserve it. And honestly, I was terrified when Striker said he was making me a coach for his upper unit, because I was like, I don't know nothing.
Be very afraid, sir. You haven't seen anything to you seeing floor 1 past midnight. You've got officers driving off to the beach to go hook up with random women. You've got others just running around the parking lot doing nothing. I mean,
you sure that's not just you?
no, I would never do something like that.
But yeah, he was like, the only way you're going to learn how to be a leader is by doing it, so I'm going to toss you into the fire. Sink or swim.
Sir, I believe you will swim with a good swim coach. However, if the swim coach is the shark jaws, then, well, you're going to get your legs bitten off.
What if I'm top heavy?
Oh, trust me, sir. Compared to me, you are not top heavy.
Okay, let me try to put these macros in for y'all so y'all can get them. And like I said, I don't know if they're the exact same because Striker.
Hold on. Before you do that,
different subunits for upper, and I'm a part of his, so I don't know if they'll be the same or they'll be different. But these are just the ones I have.
Hold on. Before you type those in.
Just went silent.
All right, go ahead so you don't get muted.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay, so
yeah, because if you start spamming the chat with shit and people don't know why you're doing it, they will light your ass up for that.
Good to know. Before I do that, there is one thing I do want to get your opinion on. Something that I was last night, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Striker about it because he said that even though I'm badged, he still wants me to come up with ideas. I was thinking we should have occasional, quick, meetings with each other and stuff to go over what's been going on and what's new, like similar how they do it in real life for like roll call and stuff. I was thinking something similar to that.
You see,
so everyone's on.
I had a similar idea as well, except mine was pretty more straightforward. Like, you have cops who come on mostly at night. You have me and Bubba who go from day into night. We're working double shifts pretty much all week this week. But for those cops who are coming on from the night, for the night, like McGee is in the night and all of them, I was suggesting, damn, I reached the daily salary limit. Son of a bitch. But, I was suggesting, I was gonna suggest that we have like information pass-offs where like so and so has been running the metal detectors all day. This cadet's been doing that. We've seen these people. This officer's done well today. This cadet's been at the metal detectors for 5 hours. Let them have a seat because we're supposed to be role playing. Okay, so considering how long Mr. Chapo's been standing up in his office, his legs should be on fire.
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. And like I said, that's something I wanted to do just because, I'm a badged. I didn't know how to go about it, but since Striker said, come up with ideas, because he said he was taking over the subunit for this upper unit, which I didn't quite understand it, but he was taking over his portion, and he wanted me to be a coach and come up with ideas, and that was something I wanted to come up with. And then also, me personally, I think badged officers should shadow FTOs for a certain period of time so they can make sure that they've got the proper training and everything like that once they come out of it, because clearly, as you've noted, as I've noted, they're not being trained properly.
Well, again, one thing I can say, and as Bubba comes on and gets acquainted, and we're honestly starting to get a lot of heavy hitters, like I hate to say it, but granted, upper seems like it's about to, upper, correct me if I'm wrong, Bubba, but yesterday in the meeting they said upper was unit of the week. We've gotten unit of the week twice in a week now. We've got a lot of heavy hitters who are willing to come out and teach and take our time with our people. Upper is about to become the new heavyweight.
Yep.
We really put belt to ass when you think about it. Like, we deal with some of the worst people in this city, and we deal with them on a daily basis because they think it's funny to come to HP and PD and all the other green zones and do horrible stuff and say horrible stuff. So when we roll out on those streets, we are literally bulletproof because we've heard everything.
That's why I had two choices for which unit I was going to pick, and it literally came down to who talked to me first, and that was upper unit and the detective unit.
Now, I do know, because I pretty much am I consider myself to be one of the senior captains of the unit. Okay, I expect a little transparency, okay? Like, if you see me let some of my friends behind the metal detectors, you're not going to say nothing, right?
I feel like that's a trick question. You know, if there's a legitimate reason why they need to be back behind the metal detectors.
No, there's no legitimate reason. I just want to let them back there. I don't need a legitimate reason. I'm a captain, dog. I do whatever I want. Are you going to tell anybody if you see that?
Honestly, I would say yes, because that's not how you're supposed to act. If there's not a legitimate reason for them to be back there and you're just goofing off, that's conduct unbecoming of an officer. Am I wrong?
Good answer. You passed. See, I like that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Yeah. I thought for certain you were going to say yes for a second. You had me worried for a second when you took that pause.
Well, I had to make sure I understood your question. Because, you know, if there's a legitimate reason for them to be back there, then no, I'm not going to say nothing because there's a legitimate reason. But if you're just goofing off, me personally, I don't care if you're cadet, trainee, or even got a suit on. If you're not following the rules, I'm going to turn over that body cam footage because that's just how I am, you know. That's conduct unbecoming of an officer, and you shouldn't be wearing the uniform if you're not going to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Hey, freaking men. Do we have anybody from the vested officers going around the room? Does anybody want to add anything?
No, not really. Like, I mean, all in reality, Jethro, just pay attention, do what you've been told, don't talk back, and that's all you need to do. Just do your job.
Is it okay if, like, when you're online, Bob, if I was told something and I'm not 100% sure that that's correct, because clearly, you know, some people say what's not correct, even if they think it's correct, I can come to you to make sure it's correct.
Oh, absolutely you can. You have to actually doing the right thing because you're supposed to follow the chain of command. If somebody said, oh, gotcha. If somebody says do this and you're not certain that's the right this to do, you find somebody like Dayton, Bubba, Taylor, or me who's a vested officer, and we start that ladder up the chain of command.
Jethro, what he's meaning by Bubba is my old name used to be Bubba Storm NRP, so.
Oh, right. Yeah. You know, you were, I think you were in one of my classes with me.
I was during the interview process, yeah.
Yeah, and you were decided to join SWAT, did you not?
Yeah, I was team lead, but I'm switching divisions.
Yeah, he got a bad back injury during a SWAT mission, so he's not exactly himself anymore, so he's switching to, upper now.
Hey, from what I was told, upper's where it's at, but
dog, again, the proof is in the pudding, homie. The officer of the week has come from our division 2 weeks in a row. We've gotten unit of the week 2 weeks in a row. I mean, I'm sorry, Taylor, but what does that tell you, Taylor?
I'm sorry, Bob. I was fixing one of my eyes. Can you repeat what you just said?
I said we've gotten fucking unit of the week 2 weeks in a row, and the officer of the week has come from our unit 2 weeks in a row. What does that tell you, Taylor?
We're the best damn unit in this PD.
Exactly, belt to ass. You can't beat us. And if you ever get bored and you're like, I'm tired of sitting here as a badged officer, brother, the upper unit never gets bored. We patrol all the green zones. You can go to HP and get 5 arrests, come back, get 6 more arrests, and do that all day until people get tired of you. as long as you do it right and don't get ripped out of your suit on the second arrest.
Honestly, I think the only time, and this was like for 5 freaking minutes, literally, I had 5 freaking minutes of peace where I wasn't in the middle of something trying to figure something out and requesting a supervisor because I didn't know, pardon my language, but my ass from a hole in the ground because I kind of was thrown into the deep end without a life preserver.
And speaking of the deep end, let's say Mr. Jeffro wants to go for a swim, or maybe Jeffro is just, tired of standing around. Jeffro, it's cool if you just leave and don't tell anybody, right? You don't need to say nothing, don't need to do nothing. You can just go, right? It's all good. Just walk away happy doodly. Who cares? Take off, boss. Take off for the day. Nobody needs to know where you're going.
That's a negative. You must always, and even I know this just because since we're doing this for real, as when my dad was a cop, IRL, you always need to dispatch your location. No matter if you're doing something police related or not, you always need to dispatch your location.
Keep going, you got it.
Just in case either you get in trouble or somebody else gets in trouble, and then, obviously if you're not paying attention and they do the random radio checks and stuff and you're not paying attention, you're screwed.
Also, if you want to leave the PD for any reason or you just need a break and you're not going to do police stuff, you request a 10-6, which you need 10K medals for, and they'll give you a 15-minute break. And also, if you're going out, you also put in a 10-12. Remember that. Body cam on.
Yeah, I completely know that, and especially since I'm a part of upper unit, my body cam is going to stay on because I'll be dealing with stuff on floor 1 and stuff. I think the only time, and this might be just a maybe, is if I'm on floor 2 for whatever reason, might not have my body cam on.
I think we're just about wrapped up here. Is there any more questions from the crowd?
I want to hear y'all old people talking about.
Come on, girl, you can't be in here.
Hey, Miss Day, could you come in here after you clear Miss Mayani out?
Well, my only question is, can we do like what you suggested and you and I go on a 10-12 and practice with my taser and stuff so I can get better?
Absolutely we can, but that will probably be some point later today because I believe I have an errand to run after I leave here. I'm pretty sure.
Alright, no worries. Just let me know when you're clear. Do you want me to drop those matches real quick? Because I haven't done that yet.
You can drop them on Discord. Hit your Discord and we'll all add you up.
Alright, since you added me as a friend, I will message you my Discord on here.
Hold on, Bob Blacker.
I got you. I just need you in the report room for 1 second when you get free.
Alright, I'm coming.
Bet. Let me know when you drop that Discord and I'll take a screenshot.
Oh, you want me to drop it now? Okay, I was just gonna send it to you in a message on here since you added me as a friend. But yeah, I can drop it now.
And again, Chapo, no promises, because I'm not even sure if they're gonna watch this whole entire video. But I will do my best, and I will forward this all up to the high command and be like, hey, here's the body cam. He was asking if this can get counted as a class. And good enough. And if they watch this whole entire thing, I'm going to be honest, I think there's about an 80 to 90% chance this happens. Come on in, Miss Day. All right. Jeffro and also Chapo, because I imagine you two are going upward ways, which is good. This is Miss Dade. She is one of our OGs and also Officer of the Week, so give her congratulations after this. but she is one of the nicest and most well-trained people on this floor. I'm telling you, she outshines almost all of us, except me, of course. Just kidding. She outshines almost all of us every single day, and she's an amazing officer and an amazing teacher. I am telling you, if you need something or you don't know something, and you don't see Taylor, you don't see Bubba, or you don't see me, you go to her. She will help you and likely save your career before you do something that's going to end it.
Sure will.
Oh yeah, I've met her the other a couple of times, but I fully met her the other day when I asked her for a 1012 right before I got my badge, because somebody else, another vested officer, which I haven't seen her online, said she wanted to do a 1012 as soon as I got my badge, and I wanted to make sure I knew everything before we go out on patrol, and I asked Promise, and she showed me around and everything.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, like I said, when you go out on patrol with us later on, we'll also run over some quick patrol stuff as well.
The only thing I can guarantee that I have down to the letter is the procedure that was covered in the RP test. Like, I practiced that religiously before I took the test with Stryker.
Yeah, but unfortunately the RP test is a traffic stop, which Promise will tell you traffic stops are rare around here. 9 times out of 10, you will stop that vehicle and they're not going to hand you their ID. They're going to hand you multiple AK-47 rounds flying directly at you via airmail.
To be honest, or you're getting tased out your car.
You'll consider yourself lucky if they make it quick. Because sometimes they'll stand over you and taunt you and also torture you and shoot at you before they finally kill you. It happened to me once coming back from HP.
Oh, definitely. I've been tased out of the vehicle multiple times, and honestly, I don't understand why criminals are getting tasers with that technology. In my opinion, they shouldn't have it, but that's just me. And then also, question, and this means no disrespect, but if very rarely are we doing traffic stops, why is that an RP test? Shouldn't it be something
okay, so to explain that, the general purpose of that test isn't really the traffic stop in and of itself. It's making sure that you know how to properly role play and you at least know how to handle yourself in the most basic situations. Because if you can handle a basic situation, you can handle a more complex situation. We're essentially testing what you can and cannot handle as an officer. And because if you can't complete a basic test, you probably shouldn't be doing this, I think. Right, Ms. Dade?
Yeah, pretty much. And basically what he means by, like, it's very rare is the people don't like to role play. We would like to. They'll stop their car and then we'll try to role play the whole pullover scenario, and then like he said, they'll just open rounds. So that's what he means by it. It rarely happens. We try our best to role play, but my arrest majority happens on here on floor 1 and then HP.
Yeah, and granted, it does work because last night I had a guy in the car, and I hope you're ready for a laugh, everybody in this room. I told Taylor about this already. No, I didn't. Okay, so it was me and Patman, and we were transporting a guy back from HP, and he actually did end up RPing with us. Okay, he was kicking the back seat, and he was kicking the window like the police, like the cage in the back seat of the car. He was kicking that the entire time, biting the seat belt. And we got screenshots of all this because we had to charge him for it, because we charged him for destruction of government property when he bit the seatbelt and was kicking our windows because he kicked one of them out.
I'm so you were able to use that charge.
And then he was also, and the whole entire time, he was like struggling and trying to fight against Patman and kicking at Patman when he was trying to search him in the back seat, because we had to search him in the back seat because he wouldn't stop running. So while it's rare, it does happen. And I did charge him for biting my seatbelt.
That's
okay. Cool. Cool. Not to cut you off, but did you take a screenshot when I dropped the Discord?
No, I did not. I didn't even see it. I'm gonna be honest. Where did it go?
Do I need to drop it again?
Here, I'll drop mine and you can add me up. And yes, the dot is a part of it. We also had a guy a couple nights ago, me and Bubba, who RP'd a psychiatric breakdown and brought a gun to the PD. Mm-hmm. A lot of people bring guns to the PD.
Tanner, get away from that door.
Alright, I took a screenshot. Don't know if it actually showed up because so much other stuff popped up literally right after you dropped it. But, worst case scenario, if it didn't, I can always get you later, or you can get me later.
Oh, yeah.
Or I've noted.
Rest assured, you will see me again.
Also, I'm pretty sure, it does like the mutual friends thing. So, like, if you're friends with Stryker or a couple of others, I've got friends on Discord, you should be able to find me.
Absolutely. I'm friends with everybody in here. Miss Dade, Miss Taylor, Not El Chapo, and now you.
And,
I'm just kidding, Mr. Chapo. We'll add you too, boss.
I swear on you already have, man.
I might. I have a lot of people on here. I ain't gonna lie.
But, hopefully, we can, like, get close and stuff, because I know you said that was a big part of Upward, is not just close in the game, but, actual friends, and, that's kind of my goal here among a couple other things, among playing the game, of course, but, also making actual friends and stuff, and I think that's what you covered as well, that Upward does quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Making friends and learning your teammates is the number one way you're going to get through this unit. We are not going to get through here divided and separated.
No, and once
don't run now, Tanner. I told you what.
Well, there goes Tanner. Off to jail.
I just got to find someone when we're done here to help me apply for the police faction chat on Discord so I can get all the stuff.
Again, if you got my Discord and that screenshot, I can help you do that. Just as soon as I make sure I don't have to, because I don't know, this error might be tomorrow, but I think it's today.
No worries. I gotta check who just sent me a friend request on Discord.
That was me.
That was who?
Chapo.
Oh, Chapo.
Oh, okay. Thankfully, I have two phones, so it makes it a lot easier.
Taylor, you want to know some funny lore? When the first server I played in, it was a long time ago, and I don't even have anything on this server because I never really played. I more or less got in the car, drove around a bunch, and then that was it. And then I logged off because I didn't find it fun. It wasn't on bail. I don't remember where it was, but it wasn't on bail. But my name over there in that server is fucking Bob Hitler.
Hitler, oh my God, Bob.
And I was gonna make Bob Hitler here, but I was like, but then for some, I don't know, I typed Bob twice by accident, and Bob literally auto-corrected to Blacker, and I was like, you know what? It
fits. It suits you, Bob.
Exactly. And again,
Mr. Bob,
yes, Mr. Leela.
I sent you a text or like Discord about Jackson Page. You still haven't replied. And now he's a cadet.
I will get to it, sir, okay? I just need time. But yeah, it fits. And granted, you guys might not see me in a suit after this because I'm about to send an almost 2-hour video to Tony and ask him to watch it.
Yep. Well, that's fine. I'll take your place.
So Taylor might come in the locker room in a couple hours and just see Tony ripping my uniform off to and fro and just tossing the shit everywhere like playing
that won't be Taylor.
Oh shit! Just fucking toss the shit off one by one. Like, nope, you don't need this anymore. You had your chance.
No, the hat first, then the vest.
Yep.
I think you're good.
Then So,
I'll vouch for you.
Then rips off the mustache, cause fuck it.
I think you're safe, but I'll vouch for you.
then takes off his socks.
Absolutely.
Then Taylor runs in and starts sucking
Yeah,
his
you're right. He
toes.
should fire Taylor too. She was a part of this. Let's get Taylor too, actually.
Whoa. I'm just sitting in the cuck chair. What do you want from
Hey,
me?
listen, we're partners. We ride together, we die together.
Ooh.
If I get
You're
shot in a
right, Will
shootout, you
very
gotta get
much.
killed too. If I get tortured by gang members and they cut all my fingers off slowly one by one over the course of 2 weeks, you gotta get your fingers cut off too.
Bob, I only
What
got
happens if they tried to cut your dick off?
Oh,
What
Taylor's
would
got
happen
one of.
to
Oh,
you?
Taylor's got one of those too. Yeah, don't worry. Taylor's got one of those too. I'm certain of it.
Oh, 100%.
Not a dildo.
No. We don't use those enough. We don't use those. Honestly, we get PTSD from those because people keep throwing them and sticking them to the windshields of our cruisers.
Wait, that's an actual thing here? I haven't seen that yet.
No.
Yet.
Keyword yet.
Wait.
I did have somebody RP do that shit once. They typed /me and stuck it to the windshield of my fucking cruiser. Best believe I arrested them for fucking destruction. I've seen some shit, dog. Homie, I've got the screenshots to prove it. I swear I've seen some shit in that parking lot. Taylor, you gotta understand why I fucking toss and turn and I wake up screaming when the ice maker makes noise at night. Okay, I've seen some shit.
Freaking go to therapy and be like, you've got police officer PTSD from role playing.
It be, dog, okay, it's like, it takes every ounce of my body when I'm driving that police cruiser across that bridge, leaving PD. It takes every ounce of my body not to just swerve that bitch off the bridge.
Right. Yeah. So I know you said you were gonna be busy right after this, Bob. So if it's all right with you, Taylor, I was hoping I could shadow you and make sure I'm doing everything right.
I've got you now, Mr. Chapo. That was disorderly conduct. Rip him out of his suit, Taylor.
Hey, I've not had a violation yet.
You're about to get one.
And I have 4 get out of jail free cards.
You'll have 0 when I'm done.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said, Taylor. What did you say?
Yeah, I said for sure we can go do some stuff. We can fuck this shit up.
I have a question.
I've got an answer.
Why do you sit so weirdly on your seat?
Well, sir, that's because my ass hurts from getting beaten by the high command repeatedly. Hey, what's going on, Amber?
Nothing much. What you doing, Bob Blacker?
I'm just Hey, step kids. I'm just finishing up cleaning this. I'm just finishing up in this office, having a little meeting here.
You're doing what?
I was having a little meeting, holding a little class.
When he called me into this office, Taylor, I felt like a kid going to the principal's office.
You should be scared, sir. I put people in corners, make them run laps, do jumping jacks. Rest assured, you disrespect my floor, you will be punished. And not like the good punishing that I give Amber.
No, he likes to take the punishment.
But yeah, we in the report room. We about to wrap up now. You want to come on in?
But yeah, no, I thought I was in trouble when you called me in here because I didn't know.
Leaving my apartment.
I was like, yep, I'm getting
That's
fired.
a bet. Hey, you got an apartment and you ain't invite me to live there? Man, that's bogus. You know what it's like living with Taylor in that fucking disability-proof home? I have to make it disabled friendly. I mean, nothing, Taylor. You didn't hear that.
Bob, that sounds kind of insensitive.
No. I love your disabilities. And also, to further answer your question, Chapo, Taylor sits weird because both of her legs were blown off in a horrible accident. There's prosthetics under those. under those
I
pants?
got 2 prosthetic legs. I got a prosthetic arm. My eyeballs are glass. I have several. I have half a brain actually because I've been run over so many times.
Yeah, it's pretty
Also,
bad.
like a robot.
Yeah, we take a lot of injuries. And Amber, she doesn't really have to. She's pretty much intact. Well, physically she's intact. Mentally, she's a little bit snappy.
So hypothetically,
I'm very much
if you
snappy.
shoot at Taylor, she won't feel anything because she's like a
No,
robot.
she will. Her torso is pretty much intact. Also, Amber said, scratch that. She's very much snappy.
It's very much.
I want you to
That's
imagine
okay.
an
Clean
alligator.
it up later.
Cause you said we want what later? Okay, wait. I'm sorry. No. I definitely want to do that later.
What are you talking about, Bob
I don't know.
Blacker?
All I heard you say was later. I got excited.
No, I'm talking about my kids cleaning up their room.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, make sure my stepkids clean up their rooms. I want it sparkling. Yes.
Stop your shit, Bob.
Man, y'all hear that? She won't even let me see my stepkids.
No, because Sugie had the TV first. She was watching
Sounds
Peppa.
like you need a
Leave her
lawyer.
alone. She can watch Peppa.
Which I
Leave her alone,
have never for them
Casey. She can
in
watch
this
her
game.
Peppa Pig.
You know, sometimes when I miss Taylor and I'm off duty, I'll turn on Peppa Pig myself.
Peppa Pig, you fucking ass.
I'm sorry, Taylor. It was hard. I love you. I swear to God, I love you so much.
Yeah, when I miss Bob, when I'm not here, I just turn the TV off and stare blankly into the screen.
Taylor, you stare blankly because you
Wait,
can't
stop.
see without your glass eyeballs. You got to remember to put your eyeballs in the morning. And stop putting them on the wrong side. That's why you're cross-eyed right now.
See, Taylor
She's
is going
staring
to
at,
get you.
at a
Okay,
blank
Bob?
screen in the dark. I'm gonna take like
I'm
2
coming
steps to the
upstairs on
left.
floor 1.
Yep, floor 1. We're about to wrap up now.
Listen, Graham, don't
Alright,
forget I'm
I'm
dyslexic, so that might not be a good move.
You're not the only one.
Well, maybe not. Maybe I
Listen.
should stand by the door so I have
Sorry,
a
Bob, did not mean to.
That's it. Yep, that'll do it.
Oh, El Chapo's getting fucked.
Start running. You're running, sir. You're running into the wall. Where were you trying to run to? But yeah, put that down before I throw you in jail. But that's pretty much gonna conclude this meeting. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up, and then yeah, well, that's pretty much it.